You know, I've been calling it a technocracy. It's not. It is a technopoly. Again, you'll never have that gun. That gun will never be available to me or you or the people around us. You know who it's going to be available to? NATO forces while they come storm your household to put you in the FEMA camp. Get ready, boy. There's terror drills coming at the end of July. NLE 09, you wait. You wait to see how big this is in FEMA Region 6. We'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, taking your calls, 866-582-9933, Infowars.com, prisonplanet.tv. You know, I want to mention this, too. You know, I'm not the hugest fan of Jimmy Carter. However, you know, he's done the Alex Jones show, and I really did like his the documentary about Jimmy Carter. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was all about his book tour, basically, which was about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and his book was entitled Peace, Not Apartheid. Well, apparently, Hamas thwarts Carter assassination. Someone tried to kill Jimmy Carter today. And that makes sense. I mean, the Israelis, at least the upper echelons of that government, they're brutal. They are black ops folks. They do war by deception. It's the logo of the Mossad. So, and remember, they have a real big recruitment there because everybody does mandatory service. So they really do get to kind of pick out of the entire populace of Israel. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody can get swayed into special operations, but they at least have a look. They have a resource. Hamas reportedly foiled an attempt by Palestinian terrorists to kill former U.S. President Jimmy Carter during his visit to the Gaza Strip on Tuesday. See, it's Palestinian terrorists. I'm not sure. Israeli security sources said they had learned of plans to target Carter and had passed on the information to a security detail in real time. So how did Hamas thwart this? According to Palestinian sources, terrorists linked to Al-Qaeda, hit a number of bombs along a road Carter's convoy was scheduled to travel on while in the Strip. Following Carter's entry into Gaza, 5 men, some wearing Hamas police uniforms, removed 3 large black discs and found some wiring from a sand dune next to the road Carter had used. They then reportedly destroyed the improvised bombs. A uniformed officer at the scene told the Associated Press the items were indeed explosives. Security officials said soldiers on the lookout post spotted Hamas forces dismantling explosives. They said they passed a warning on to Carter's security detail. The Israelis officials spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were discussing classified information. So obviously more to the story than what they're saying now. Wow, this is a extensive story on this assassination attempt on Jimmy Carter. I'm going to have to read further. All right, let's go to a couple calls. Let's jump start it tonight with Pat in Ohio. Pat, you're on the line.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got a few questions. One of them has been really bugging me. It's about Aaron Russo.
Yeah.
I was listening to his tape with Alex today, and he was talking about how he was doing just fine back in 2006, and then suddenly he took a turn for the worse. And I'm just wondering, and Alex insinuated that he may have been murdered or something,
Well, I can't really tell. The guy had what was diagnosed as terminal cancer a couple of times. I mean, he looked for alternative medical routes.
Yeah.
I think he went to Europe. I'm not sure if he went to Mexico. It's hard to say. I mean, how do I know? He had cancer. I mean, cancer does kill the majority of people out there. I can't exactly cry foul play on cancer. All I know is that while he was here, he fought for liberty and justice, mad as hell, trading places, exposing the stock market in a kind of funny way. And, of course, America Freedom to Fascism, which continues to have an impact to this day.
Oh, yeah, I passed out his tapes. My other question was, like, Friday, Alex was talking about some of the people who died were murdered, like Pat Tillman and his unit.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He was shot less than 30 yards, 30 yards away in the head several times, fracture side. What's that?
I didn't know his unit had been knocked off, too.
Who was that? Who had been knocked off?
Unit. Pat Tillman's unit told the world that, he was murdered. And according to Alex, he said that several days later, they were killed. Pat Tillman's people. The people.
You know what? I have not read all the investigations into that. I do remember one of the soldiers, I think, that was in Tillman's unit. He actually was at home in California when a quote-unquote unknown gangbanger came up and gunned him down. I think it was at a family barbecue. He'd gotten back from Iraq. I do remember that death, which was very suspicious as well. I thank you for the call. On the other side, we're going to go to Scott, Steve, Alex, and others. 866-582-9933. Sotomayor answers GOP as Senate braces for debate. Apparently, the GOP is bringing up Sonia Sotomayor's relationship and membership with the Belizean Grove, the answer to the Bohemian Grove. Excuse me. The Bohemian Grove doesn't admit women. And some of the upper echelon elite women do take offense to this. They want in on the plan. Some of the more power-hungry ones, I would imagine people like Hillary Clinton and others of her ilk, the cutthroat kind. Remember, yesterday we went over that article from the LA Times. Psychopathic serial killers, happen to share the same personality traits as politicians. Really? I wouldn't have imagined. Well, anyway, they actually asked her about her membership to the Belizean Grove, as if that's the issue. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this quote-unquote Belizean Grove, but I think it's a bigger deal that she's a council member, a board member for La Raza. And she wrote a book called America's Deadliest, or A Deadly Obsession, all about how the Second Amendment really bans guns for the majority of American citizens. Total kookery. Go check out the website right now. It's www.theinfowarrior.com.
What's up?